Elon Musk over the weekend suggested that electric planes are going to be a thing in just about 5 years. So everyone's just been losing their mind saying, oh my God, Tesla is going to be making electric planes. Okay, they're not anytime soon. I hope so. But Elon was just basically answering a question, and I'll give you some of I'll show you some of those tweets. But he is suggesting something very interesting because I've been covering some of these planes. This is not a Tesla plane, obviously. This is one made by Lilium. But can Elon participate in a project in the next couple of years even that would evolve electric e-planes, however you want to call them? I'll tell you all about it coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, Welcome to E4Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car and plane news. So go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. And of course, there's also a bell notification icon for those who have already subscribed. All right, so this is an electric plane. It's made by Lilium, and I featured it in one of the videos because it has a pretty decent range. And they are actually making it. They just got a pretty decent investment. There's another plane right here that's also fully electric, and we see more and more different types of technology that's being put up in the air. A little far away from obviously commercial planes, but this is a great start. Actually, I was going to say good start, but great start. Sooner or later we are going to be flying in electric planes. But Elon decided to comment on this with a tweet saying, and so originally at Ninja said, is it possible for planes to fly off a battery? Or is there not a powerful enough battery yet? Elon says, yes, but I'm just allergic to Twitter, obviously. Who isn't at this point? Yes, but still a bit too limited on range. That will change in coming years as battery energy density improves. Now, this is where everybody starts speculating how Tesla is, going to be making planes and all of that stuff. And, it did get me thinking that, well, should they? And I'll answer that question in just one second. But there are a couple other tweets that Elon sent out kind of explaining his answer. Before I get to those, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton, almost an airplane, but really an SUV, all electric, coming to the United States and Europe at the end of next year. So go ahead and reserve one today, because the line is growing over 50,000 of us. Actually, it's zero money down to reserve, about 60 seconds. So if you haven't for some reason done that, go to the description of this video and reserve your Byton today. Okay, so here's another tweet from Elon, and he's explaining this is a continuation of a conversation. Jet A, kerosene, has much higher energy density than lithium ion, but electric motors weigh much less and convert stored energy to motion better than combustion engines. And then he continued saying, based on calculations I did 10 years ago, crossover point for lithium ion beating kerosene is around 400 watt hours per kilogram. High cycle batteries are just about over 300 today, but probably exceed 400 in about 5 years. So his calculations are maybe mainly just calculating the physics of this, which pretty much is everything. But of course, there are questions about if you think airplane industry is any different than car industry, about who's behind it sometimes, which planes need maintenance and how much money they make on sales versus maintenance versus service and all of that stuff, that is still an industry to be. And but don't forget, the industry that you thought automobiles are old school industry. Airplanes is way more old school industry, and this is where it looks like mainly it's going to be driven by startups once again, and until it really makes a big splash like Tesla did in a car industry, and bigger companies won't take notice. But it is coming. And now let's talk about, well, should Elon be involved in this? Now, at first I'm thinking, no, please do not. You barely, you can't even get to the semi, you can't get to the roadster, you get pushing on you have a Model Y and a pickup truck and, all kinds of stuff to get to. Please don't start making planes. You don't even, you're making your cars on a tan at this point still, right? Tan, right? But it's still, you cannot spread yourself or really Tesla thinner than this. But then I was thinking, okay, well, if not Tesla, then SpaceX maybe is a better company to do this. I mean, they're already flying, at the very least. Granted, when not on a battery, and it's going to be a while. I think he commented on that recently as well. But it is kind of a closer to the sun, at least, than Tesla. And I did talk to Eli earlier today from My Tesla Adventure. He's going to be a guest on Wednesday. We're not going to discuss this, but it does look like, because he's much better expert on SpaceX and space technology than me, and it does look like in terms of manufacturing, maybe Tesla is better for that because planes are more like cars rather than rockets. But in terms of technology, SpaceX can really help. So maybe instead of putting the thrusters on the Roadster, which I don't know, 2,000 people will enjoy in the next 3 years, if he really does want to spread himself thin, then maybe SpaceX or a spin-off from SpaceX would be an interesting company. And I'll tell you why. Not only it can combine the technologies, and I think Elon does it all the time. He takes different talents from different technologies from his different companies and combines them. Not only that, maybe he would realize that he's really spread himself thin and create another company where someone else would be running it, right? Like he's not really running it as much as he's running Tesla. So maybe another company where he kind of maybe just kind of release the control and put someone else in there, because sooner or later Elon will need to either step aside or he is getting, I mean, he just celebrated his 48th birthday. The man is not a machine. He's kind of a machine, but sooner or later his health might crap out as well, which is kind of wouldn't surprise I think anybody, right? So maybe creating another company with somebody he can trust running it, where it's not as important as SpaceX and Tesla, but it's someone that he maybe say, okay, this guy can run my company. So if I ever have to go, then this would be the person taking over. And maybe get somebody who's celebrity-ish type of a person, and maybe collab with other companies. But I really don't think that, maybe Tesla slash SpaceX, whatever they're going to call it, it's by the way, would be fun competition to create a name for this, right? For Tesla SpaceX baby, that would be an airplane company. And what are we going to be spelling out with their model letters? It's going to be fun. So if you have an idea, let's get started early. So there's a comment section down there. Have at it. But while you're at it, don't forget to get on our VIP list. It's a bonus story that we send out every Saturday right into your inbox. It's free. You can go to e4electric.com/VIP. That's a second free thing you can find in the description of this video besides Biden reservation. All right. Looking forward to all of the ideas and names. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.